All right, so we're going through Proverbs 13:24, a Bible verse that you commonly hear quoted with regards to children, and that's spare the rod, spoil the child. So, Doreen, if you could go ahead and read that for me.
He who spares his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him promptly.
So, what does that mean to you?
He who leaves his rod alone hates his son.
Okay, I'm just asking for your interpretation. It's okay.
That's what I think it means.
But it also says what?
But he who loves him, may I look it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Discipline. Excuse me. And while he does that, part of one of the things that I find myself really going hard for is, raising my citizens the best way that I know how to, which is often balancing between what do I give them that was greater than I feel like I had, and how much is too much. And we live in a society where the way that you decide to parent will be judged. It's all the media. It's, having conversations, even casual conversations with some friends. It's like, I would never, whoop my child. I would never, or I whoop my child every day, So that verse in particular, I only ever hear people with regards to children reference the Bible via that verse, Proverbs 13:24, spare the rod, spoil the child. But what I find interesting is that they never go on to read about what it means to love your child. And if you're, as Duran reads here, it says, he who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him promptly. And the great thing about being a parent is we get to choose how it is that we discipline. What way are we going to decide to discipline our children? And so, Doreen, what does it mean to discipline? Or to have a discipline? Go with definition number 2. Definition number 2.
Punishment given to train or correct someone. If you break a rule here, you will receive a discipline. A field of study, mathematics, and science are related disciplines.
Stop there. So read that again. Number 2. Number 2.
Punishment given to train or correct someone.
Okay, and now try number 1 as well. What is definition 1?
Training that develops skill, good character, or orderly behavior. Those wild children have no discipline from their parents.
Okay, so what do you think it means by he who loves his son? Oh, he who loves him disciplines him properly. Because we learned that discipline is training that develops a skill, good character, orderly behavior, or a punishment given to correct someone. So what does that mean? What does that verse now mean to you?
He who gives him a punishment to correct him loves him.
And so sometimes do you
promptly.
Promptly, like right now. Sometimes do you feel when you're getting punishments that your parents don't love you?
Half.
No, I mean, it's okay to be honest. When you're getting punishments from your parents, sometimes do you feel as if we don't actually love you?
A lot.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time. But if we decided to spare the rod, right, to not discipline you, what does the Bible say?
You would hate me?
We would hate you. And so how does that work? Why do you think that works that way? That if I spare the rod, and the rod is not always the belt. The rod can be, tell me some discipline that you know you received Outside of, okay, I have to get a butt whooping. What is some discipline things that happen to you in your house?
Pop on the mouth.
Okay, yep. You talk about sometimes you get popped. What else?
Sitting outside doing nothing.
Sometimes you disrespect the house, so you have to sit outside and you need to clear your head.
Sit alone.
Sit
And eat alone.
and eat alone. Absolutely. When you're not being a part of the group, then you get to see what it feels like. And what does it feel like when you have to do things alone? Does that make you happy to not be a part of the family? So do you value being with the family? And how about at school? What are some things that he has a really awesome teacher. So what are some of the things that she does to discipline you?
Moves me down a color.
Yeah, moves you down a color.
Talks to me.
Yeah, she has conversations with you. What else?
Makes me write sentences.
Those don't sound too good. But think about it. If we let you do whatever you wanted to do and never trained you so that you could develop a skill or good character or orderly behavior, the Bible tells you that what? We would do what?
Hate you.
We would hate. Do you feel like we hate you now? You still do? Eventually, someday you'll get it. And that's okay to feel that way. But understand that because we do love you, we discipline you promptly. And that can be a tough thing for your kid to understand. So during thinking about that, do you have any advice for some kids that are being disciplined that feel like their parents or teachers or anybody might hate them? No. Because anybody that lets you do whatever you want to do, guess what? They don't care about the person that you're going to be. And do you want people in your life, sit up, son, do you want people in your life that want you to be a bum? Somebody says, Duran, do whatever you want to do. If you want to be a bum, be a bum. And I hope that you live under a bridge. I'm not going to make you have good character. Or Duran, don't fail in the right way. Just fail so that you're never successful. It's okay. I'm not going to help train you to have good character or have any skill at being a human being. Do you want those people in your life that don't care? Be honest. If you do, say, yeah, I want people that don't care and let me do what I want to do. It's not going to happen, but it's okay to want that. Do you want that? Why? Why don't you want that?
This much.
This much. But why don't you want it?
I don't want to live under a bridge.
What do you want to do with yourself?
I want to buy a house, I want to buy a house. Wait till I can afford furniture. Buy a bed first. Then move on to the next things, like a couch, and then I'll go on to kitchen stuff, and then I'll go on to entertainment, and then I'll go on to pottery.
So you're telling me
I'll take all my pictures that I own from the house. And then I'll get my pranklopedia so I can prank someone if they come over.
So what you're saying is that you want to be able to take care of yourself. Do you think that you need to have some discipline with your money and discipline with how you treat people to be able to take care of yourself? Maybe.
Yes.
Why?
No.
Why not then?
Because they can just tell me not to, and then I can follow the direction.
To be able to follow direction, you have to have the big D word we just learned. What do you have to be able to follow direction?
Discipline.
Discipline. That's talking about your character, your ability to be a good character. So at any rate, we will be going through Proverbs. This is kind of a lengthy video, but I encourage you to have that conversation about what it truly means to spare the rod, spoil the child. If you grew up like me, and like that means just you're going to get your butt whipped. And that's it. No ifs, ands, or butts about it. I never felt, I never remember feeling loved when I got my butt whipped. But as an adult now, I can understand why corrective action was taken on me promptly. It took some time, but I understand it. And I think understanding is the key. Understanding and implementing is the key to success.
I know what you just spelled.
What'd you just spell?
What you just spelled.
So this is our series, Spare the Rod. We're going to go through it, right? Sounds like a plan? Do you want me to spare the rod? Tell me. You don't? You do? You want me to spare the rod? You don't want me to discipline you? You do? You don't? And that's okay, because I love my child, and I will discipline him promptly. Until next time, this is Ladywood out.
No, boy,